And done,
Hey.
yes, we're live.
Ah,
Hi.
we're live.
We have people. Casey, we have Kevin. Hi guys.
Hello. Okay, so welcome to
Hi guys.
another heart-to-heart chat. Hello. Oh, sorry, that's me. Yeah. Okay. Now it's better.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have Cindy with us. Oh my God, Cindy is such a surprise. It's a box of surprises. Yeah, you are like. Yeah, I want to say this. When I met you, we were both in Lindy's, and I was like, oh, this girl is really cool. And then we meet each other, like virtual, and it was like, oh my gosh, she's really nice. And then I discovered you can draw, and I was like, oh my gosh, she can draw.
But that was my reaction too when I found out that I could draw. So I was like, wow, I can draw.
Yeah. Cindy was as surprised as Nunu and me with
Yeah,
herself.
I was, yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we have
So,
a few people joining us. We have
yeah.
Casey, Karen, Moika, Oriana, Rachel, Karen. So yes, and Karen says happy Saturday. So yes, happy Saturday
Happy
to everyone.
Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Okay,
Okay,
so let's get started with something really normal.
basic,
You
yeah,
know
basic.
that isn't possible with me, right?
No, don't worry. We saved all the weird questions for Olga,
Oh,
so
great.
you will.
So we begin with a little bit of your history. Tell us more about how you began crafting, how you got into this.
Okay, that's a funny story. So,
Good.
Nikki and I met about 10 years ago. So when we met, we kind of needed to move to this vacation bungalow thing park for just a winter time, just to wait for our house. So we only have one computer with internet, and Nikki likes to play poker. So I was like, well, I couldn't use a computer, so I needed um, a different thing to do. So here's what I did. I went to a craft store and I told a lady in the store, I need a hobby. And she was like, well,
Oh
I
my
think you came
God.
to the right place.
Yeah.
So she asked me, what do you want to do? And I was like, I literally have no idea. I don't know. And then she pulled out some 3D sheets to create the 3D cards, with the foam sticky
Mhm.
thingies.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I can do that. It's a bit dorky, but okay, I can do that. So
Yeah.
that is how I started. And with everything that I do, it kind of quickly escalated of quite escalated quite quickly within, well, I think a month. I decided I wanted to be in design teams. So
Oh
that
wow.
happened, yeah. So I quit for about a year and a half in between, and then I picked it up again, and then created cards. And then since the last 3 years or something, I did mixed media.
And
So
Wow.
yeah.
is that lady from the craft store still your friend?
No, no, she actually isn't, but that is like, it's like really far away from here. But I
Okay.
know that in the first time that we lived at that chalet or at that bungalow, I used to visit a store there a lot, and I've actually bought my Big Shot over there.
Oh
So
wow.
after
Okay.
maybe 2 months or something, I went there and I said, I want to buy a Big Shot.
I can
So
imagine the
yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She-
Oh no, there
Yes.
she goes again, down the rabbit
yeah.
hole.
No, but I'm still curious. So you started with cards, and how did you
Hmm.
get an exposure into mixed media as such?
Um, I'm not sure. I know that I started experimenting a little, and I got in contact with a lady that owned this craft store here. And when I first created created my first project, she actually said that I had maybe had some talent, and if I wanted to be a guest designer during the summer for her store. So I said yes. Although I knew that the whole commitment thing isn't my thing, but I said yes anyway, and that from there on it started.
Wow.
So yeah, and I came in contact with Janine, and Janine owns a craft store here as well, and we became quite good friends. So yeah, that kind of had get the ball running.
Is that Hobby Vision?
Yes, that's Hobby Vision. Yes. So I've been teaching there for 3 years.
I bought some things there sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
but you get them shipped to.
I have a little obsession that is I like to buy things out of my country. I don't know why. So I was looking for cool stencils, of course, and I found Dubadoo. What's the other brand? Oh, it's not here. I can remember.
Craft Emotions or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Craft Emotions, yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but there are two quite big brands over here.
Yeah,
so.
And I also bought my big paper for the table. That one, something like that. I bought a couple of those, and she sent me. She was really nice. Yeah,
it's a really, really cool store. It's like one of the biggest stores here in Holland, and yeah, it's a nice store. Not a lot of drama. I like that.
That's so good. We need more of that.
Oh, yes.
It makes me wonder because if you talk with crafters, they all say they don't like drama.
But there is so much drama. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but I think that's with everything that people always say, I don't like the drama, but they actually cause the drama themselves. So
that's so true. But we have, I don't know if you read that. So there's Jessie saying she loves your face.
Thank you. It actually is a bit long now, but during Corona, I didn't go to the hairdresser, and I wanted to get it dyed, but then Corona went over, and I could, or the hairdressers were open again, so I could go there. But now it's summer, and I don't want to dye my hair now.
I cut the edges a little bit last week. A little bit.
A little bit.
I went with the mountain bike, and he came and he said, "You did something in your hair."
What did you do? Well, I'm lucky because I can do like the half of it I can do myself, so I just shave it. So.
Yeah, actually, you're lucky. True, you just shave that bit.
Yeah,
and then
I can just shave it, and then it looks okay. So it's super easy. But you need to focus on how to shave and make sure that the settings are right, because I once were bald.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Cassie said, Hobby Vision, I always buy my stuff there. I don't find any craft store like that in Belgium.
No, and Hobby Vision is one of a kind. They have so much. Yeah.
Oh, Le Crea Templates. That's the other brand I bought the stencils.
How did you say that it was?
Le Crea Templates. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I bought those in that store, but it's like 3 years ago, or I don't know.
You need to show me.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So art is not your only job, right? You do something else full time. So tell us about that.
Okay. So this is like something that I need to explain in English quite often, and every time I just stumble on words because it's quite hard to explain. But okay, here we go. In the Netherlands, it's called an functional applications manager, and that's a job in IT. So I work at an IT department, but at a organization that offers housing and work for people with disabilities. So, and I am responsible for the software that we use to register everything about the people who live with us or with the organization. So I'm
Okay.
responsible for the electronic client file system, and not necessarily about the whole technical stuff, but more, yeah, functional. Yeah. So I sit at a computer all day, but I talk to a lot of people.
Okay.
And you
Yeah, and
enjoy it. You
yeah,
enjoy
very much.
it.
Yeah, yeah. I can be busy with like 1,000 things at the same time, and nobody complains because I'm the only one responsible for it, and that's a good thing for my head. So yeah, I
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
Good.
Yeah,
So,
and besides that, I also teach at the gym. So I have like
okay.
almost 3 jobs.
And you enjoy all three?
I have a question.
Yes.
How many hours do your days have?
Yeah, I actually have 40 hours in a day now. Yeah, no, I don't sleep a lot, and I have a boyfriend that actually has his own company, so he is working, yeah, a lot. So
Yeah. All the
yeah, we
day.
sometimes need to make sure we get to see each other during the day. But that's the only
Um,
thing I need to worry about, and my dog.
so you really have a great balance there. Like you do that technical job, you have
Mm-hmm.
your creative job, and you also have your physical job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow,
Yeah, but I need
really
I need
complete.
that. Yeah, I need that. I have quite severe ADHD, so and it's for me it's something to keep me sane. I need like the crafting and the drawing to help me get focused on something that doesn't necessarily takes up a lot of energy, because it's also really giving me a lot of energy. But it's good for me to focus on just one thing, because it's not healthy to focus on 1,000 things at once. But I need to do that at my work. So that is, I think that it's kind of created a superpower for me, I think. But I need everything because otherwise I would go crazy.
And for that reason, if ever given a chance, you wouldn't like to swap anything, right?
No.
You'd like to keep all of them.
Yeah, not for now. I don't like to swap, but
Yeah.
we never know. You never know.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Anne is just back from Hobby Vision, she says.
Oh
Yeah,
my
she's.
god,
I think
look
she's
at
there quite a lot. We actually met once at, I think once at Hobby Vision. So
Hmm. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. She said, look at Joyful Creations. She said, I could never do a job and craft together, so I gave up my job.
okay, sometimes I wish I could do that, but
Yeah. That's a good choice.
Yeah, but I
yeah,
think something when your hobby becomes your job, it's not
Hmm.
so funny.
No, it isn't.
Then
That's
it
true.
becomes, yeah, it
Then it
becomes,
just becomes work,
yeah,
and it's
Yes.
just a job. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Anne met you twice at Hobby Vision.
Oh, sorry. I remember once, but that tells a lot of more about me than about
Okay. Yes. So, yeah, this was just, when you began mixed media, what about mixed media attracted you?
Well, at the I was at a stage with my card making. Um, I was in Lily of the Valley team, and I created like the really romantic, shabby, pastel pink, blue cards, like the really girly cards. And I really loved it, but it really felt I was creating the same over and over again, except for the images were different. But yeah, well, the techniques were the same, and I was using the same roses, and I was using the same bows and everything. So the thing with mixed media that I really liked was the fact that I was able to use all different kind of techniques, and it was just so different from what I was doing at that time. It wasn't all shabby and girly, and it was more, yeah, it was more with metal and more with black.
Steampunk.
Yeah, it was just so different. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really
So,
like that.
so it was steampunk versus girly stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yes.
was like a battle.
Yeah. I went from like one opposite to the other opposite. There was nothing in between.
Oh wow. I think people are talking about hobby vision that
Yeah. They are talking. This is so cool, because they are talking about different stores,
yeah,
and Sarah is
Uh-huh.
suggesting a store in Brussels.
I
No?
would really like Luneka to like say this name of this store out
yeah,
loud that
I
Casey is
wasn't
saying.
exactly. I wasn't even attempting it. Go for it. The fantastique. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. You did
Yeah.
good.
The fantastische huiskamer, I guess.
Almost. It's
So,
fantastische
the
huiskamer, but you
competition.
almost nailed it. I think you nailed it for someone that doesn't
Okay.
speak Dutch.
Thank
So
you.
let's try. The fantastische Huiskamer. The
Yeah, we
fantastische.
actually say the U and the I together, so we say ui.
Okay.
You and I.
Yeah.
Oh, how? Okay, so how's Khmer?
Yes, exactly. You
Oh,
you
wow.
should you should learn Dutch.
He's really good with all. You know, he has special powers. I tell
Yeah.
her all the time, but she doesn't believe me.
But they're more like these guys are just bringing it on other brands.
Be creative by that. I cannot read it. Too many
Slipper,
consonants together. Later.
slipper, I guess. I don't know.
I think it's Slijper?
Slipper, yeah.
I'm not sure either.
Okay, Cindy doesn't know. We're fine.
Okay.
Okay,
First.
so oh yes. So when you were in mixed media, when you would,
Mhm.
you are. I don't know if
Mhm.
I. Yeah, you
I
are.
still am, but a little bit
Yeah,
less than I used
lesser.
to.
Yeah. So tell us about your favorite product.
Okay, so
Except metal elements. Don't say metal elements. We all know that.
She has a super big box
okay.
full of meat forecastings, Adi.
Yeah,
Like
that's true.
really
I am a
full
myth
of meat
forecasting addict.
forecastings.
Yeah, that's true. But I think if I should, yeah, I think if I need to really pick one, I would say Finnabair wax.
Okay.
But that's like a shared first spot with Lindy's. But it's like when I work on a dark background, I really like the wax, and when I work on a light background, I really like Lindy's spray. So that's a bit just it depends on what I'm working on, but I would say wax because that is something that I feel like is super easy to use. So it's super friendly, and even if you haven't done anything before with mixed media, just get on that black gesso, smear some wax on it, and it will become something. And I think that is really cool. So
It
yeah,
is cool.
Yeah, it is.
yeah, and you can mix them, and it's
We have this continuous fight, like why everybody is doing this with the black gesso and waxes. We don't get it. It's so easy. And then on a live stream, we tried, remember, and
Mhm.
we were like, "Oh
Oh, it
yeah,
is super easy.
it's so fun!"
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was actually one of my first like big things that I bought with mixed media. So together with some Lindy spray. So they were both were my first loves.
Yeah. Oh look, Anne Van Hessen is asking, no Lindy's? Yeah.
Interesting, like Lindy's. Yeah. Lindy's on the light background.
Yeah, on the light back definitely because I don't like to use the waxes on lighter backgrounds. So
Okay. And so then in the same way, what would be your least favorite product? Or you something that you find hard to use?
that's a good question.
Yeah, thinking we'll have one.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, well, the thing that I do have laying around. No, I know. I wanted to pick something different. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to say was alcohol ink, but that is more, I just don't know how to use it properly. So, yeah, you know what I mean. And I just don't know how, and I know you can create like really, really cool stuff with it. So one time, Jeanette, a lady from the Hobby Fashion during a design crew day, she was showing us how to do it, and I was really, really, really into it, and I liked it. But it's just something that I need to follow along with somebody because I just don't understand how to use it. But I really like it. The thing that I really don't understand is distress ink. I'm going to hide now. No, I gave up with it. I just, especially the oxide, I just don't know what to do with them. I just don't know. I think it was a month ago or maybe 2 months ago, I gave it to my friend because I had like maybe 20 pads or something. I wasn't doing anything with them, so I gave them away.
It's true. Like, I don't blame you. Not everybody can play with distress inks and distress oxide. Like,
No.
I know people on two poles. Like, there are people who experiment so much and do these cool things with them, which I wouldn't imagine. And then there are people like me who use it to distress the edges.
yeah, I did that too when I was card making. I love my distressing because I was coloring with it.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
used like the markers for coloring, and I used the ink pads, but then the oxide came and I was like, what should I do with oxide?
Oxide, yeah. Oxide is, yeah, some backgrounds are cool with oxide, so yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
but
oxide have a lot of uses.
Yeah.
yeah, I know. I
Oxide
know.
are really cool.
And I think if I would get into it and would read about it and would watch some film of videos about it, I would definitely love them. I just didn't have the time, but I just don't understand them.
Okay, and says you have tons of bottles of Lindy's.
Yeah, I have all colors, and I have them set up like on 4 shelves.
And Jayashree asks, did you do paper crafting before? So, I mean, that's what Cindy said. She started with card making.
Yeah, and I also did like the silhouette box project. So
Okay.
I was using my silhouette cameo a lot. So I was doing like the explosion boxes with wedding cakes in them, and yeah, it was really cute.
Okay, the chat is filled with what? No ways. I love this dress.
I knew this was going to happen when I would say it. I was hiding.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's comfort zone, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No, maybe it's sometimes that the product is just not your cup of tea. For
Exactly.
example, I don't like chalk paints. Honestly, I don't like them at all.
No, I can totally get that.
And acrylics. And acrylics. Lulu doesn't like acrylics. Can you hear
No,
me?
you don't? Oh, wow.
Acrylics are very hard for me. You know I love Lindy's, and Lindy's is like very dynamic. You can
It's
revise.
water soluble. Yeah.
So then you wet them and they are back again, and you don't have that time with the acrylics. You have to work fast.
But you have medium for that. You can add some slow drying medium.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
No, it isn't. But it's a different medium.
Yeah. So, but
yeah, I totally get it. I'm not
more now.
I'm not using acrylics that much.
I didn't know how to use them properly. I'm learning now more about them, and I like them more. But still, chalky paint, no.
Okay, there's some good feel factor to it. You're not the only one.
Oh, phew. Now the whole craft world is hating me. Oh no, she didn't.
Okay, now the most interesting thing.
You have made a big decision in the past weeks. It is very interesting, guys. If you didn't know that Cindy draws amazingly, like it's going to blow your mind. I'm going to look for the link so everybody can follow your other account. And meanwhile, you tell us how this change came.
Okay. So it actually started last year. I wanted to do some watercoloring last year, but I'm super impatient. So if I don't get the hang of it soon enough, I'll just get on and do something different. So that happened with watercolor last year. So then Corona came and everybody was in kind of some sort of
You
lockdown.
know, sorry,
I
when you say Corona came, I almost imagine a person walking.
walking like you were imagining like the virusy thingy with eyes and a mouth and walking in. Yeah. Didn't that happen in India? Because it happened here. It came walking in. No, but okay. So we were in like this kind of lockdown thingy, and I had so much time on my hands because at first I didn't even teach my classes. So and after that we started teaching classes using Facebook and live streams at our gym. So, but before I had so much time. So I was talking to my friend about watercoloring and telling her that I really couldn't watercolor. And she asked me, have you tried the animation classes already? So I didn't. And I went to check out her classes and she made it so easy. And the one thing that was like really like made it super simple for me was that she also traced her images, and I was like, can you trace in art? Is that even allowed? Isn't that cheating? So um yeah, that kind of made it easier for me to like work on my drawing skills and with my painting skills and everything. And then I experimented with a picture of my J girl bull terrier, and that actually came out quite well, and that gave me enough confidence just to start on my drawing skills and get more or better in watercolor, and eventually it also brought me to using pastel. So
Wow. So
yeah.
it happened really recently, like yesterday.
Sorry.
I mean that you have evolved so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, right? With Cindy, if now I'm just putting things in perspective. She began with card making.
Mm-hmm.
Within a month or two, she's like, okay, design teams.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly this. Exactly.
Corona happens, and then she's like a pro making animal portraits,
Yeah.
watercolors, and
Yeah,
wow.
I just if I do something, I want to be really good at it, and I want to do it like full on. I can't do anything like 50% or something. I just can't do that. For example, yesterday my Nikki was exactly telling me this. I'm on Weight Watchers because I need to lose like 10 kilo. I just Corona, and I downloaded the app and I added a short movie of myself, a short video, like 10 seconds, following a class by this Extreme Fitness by Phil guy. And it went kind of viral in that community. So a lot of people responded to it, and everybody was liking that video and loving the video. And so I sent it to Nikki like, oh no, my first message on the Weight Watchers community went viral. And he was like, yeah, you can't literally do anything not like full 100%. You just need to go all in. That's just something you do. Yeah, with everything.
But that's great.
It's true. And see, people are saying they love your work. It is amazing. It's
Thank
incredible.
you.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
everything is amazing. I only show the things that are good.
Of
But
course, you know that. But you have things to show that are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And that is amazing itself.
Yeah, I tend to like scroll through Pinterest and everything and watch like the people that can really, really beautiful draw, and I tend to like lay my work beside it and just looking at it like I'm not nearly as good as they are. But yeah, I think it's something that I could really be good at. So I'm kind of curious where I'm at from like for a year from now or something. If I just keep continuing like developing my skills and Yeah, I'm kind of curious what it would be.
I really invite of you because I would really like to learn watercoloring. I've been wanting that for years, and I don't know how I do it, but I keep on I keep getting on troubles and more things, so I don't have the time. And I'm like, okay, I need to reach the point where I really, really want it, so I do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it happens soon because I
It
really
will.
want to learn. Yeah.
I think it will happen soon because I quite relate with Cindy here in the sense where it was when I was living in Spain. I started enjoying watercolor inks, the liquid inks,
Mm-hmm.
and there was massive space, so I could create bigger pieces. It wasn't limited to a smaller A3, A4 kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so now recently, because I got inks from there and I was like, oh, let me play. And I started doing free from watercoloring. I started enjoying it. Now my goal is I want to make a self portrait with watercolors. So
Ah, cool. I did that too.
yeah,
I had a really big cheek, but I did
you did
create a
it.
self-portrait.
So
Ah,
yeah,
that's cool.
that's where I want to go. And
But
then
it's
there's a
something
thing.
that is really therapeutic for you because you
It
need to
is,
look at yourself like really good. I think
yes,
that's a good thing to do,
Yeah,
especially
yeah,
for
actually,
everybody that doesn't really feels that amazing about themselves. I think that's a pretty good thing to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you were saying something, Nunu.
yeah, that you came to Spain to study art
Art
therapy.
therapy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. So
Cool.
portraits, yeah, portraits were one among that. Plus, okay, somewhere up there was a comment. Thank you. My work is inspiring, so thank you for that. But there was a question which said, "What keeps you motivating to create art?" And I thought that's an interesting question because
Uh-huh.
it's true. What motivates? I mean, if for
Mm-hmm.
all of us, what really motivates us to continue to create art?
Hmm.
I think for me, it's creating something and putting my creativity in something that is only really for me, is something that I really enjoy. So I like to sit down and like right now for me it's super enjoyable to sit down, get my papers out, draw a dog or draw I'm actually working on a little baby boy. It's not going to be that pretty, but
Oh,
it's fun to try and to work on that. And I like the, yeah, I think the quality time with myself, that sounds really weird, but I think that that is
No.
something. And like the whole creating process, it sometimes can be such a struggle. Like we all know the process where you think, oh, this is going to be great. Oh no, I hate it. Oh no, it's going to get in the garbage bin. Oh no, it's going to be great. And then you're finished and like, okay, it's okay. It doesn't suck. So, but that process is something that I really enjoy. So yeah, I think it's just creating something. Yeah.
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 And for me, the teaching also, because I really like to teach whatever there is, but I like to teach. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it's like you have the power to create something that 2 minutes ago didn't exist.
wasn't wasn't nothing. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
really cool. Yeah.
So just that, if you think at that, even if it's not a masterpiece, because be honest, let's be honest, you do a masterpiece one every 100 times, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you are creating something that didn't exist, and that is magic, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do that. Not us. You, all of you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
everybody that's creative or creating art in whatever way is creating something, and creating is something magical. I totally
Exactly.
agree. Yeah.
And that power that you can create something that exists in your head and put it
Mm-hmm.
out there.
And
I
yeah,
mean, yeah, it
yeah.
just can be fantasy. It's not something
even
real.
even if it's like totally different from what you thought of, because 9 out of 10 times I create something totally different than I actually planned it. But
Exactly.
that is really cool. It's something that is in your head and you try to visualize it and you create something out of it. I think that's really cool.
And
Yeah.
also, I think for me, just being around colors, playing with
Mm-hmm.
colors instantly. I mean, that's something I look forward to. So even on not so good days, it's more about, okay, let's just do something colorful. That's about
Mm-hmm.
it. So yeah. Okay. Yes. So tell us about your switch. Recently, I'm sure everybody is aware. So we know that
Mm-hmm.
you decided to go a little lower on mixed media and focus more on your watercolors. But just tell us about this switch, how you made this decision,
Mm-hmm.
anything you feel like talking about.
Well, the like the reality check came when I realized that I wasn't. I was more busy with Facebook and commenting on people and planning stuff for design teams and making sure I was on time, which I hardly ever was. And I was super busy with everything around mixed media except for creating. So even when I got to creating, it felt like it was something that I needed to do because I needed to create it for a team, or I needed to do because I thought in my head that I needed to do it because I didn't post for a long time, maybe a couple of days, but it felt like too long. And I was like all the time thinking about what other people would think, and not like I was super affected by what other people think, but more like the people that follow me on Instagram or the people that are subscribers on YouTube. And I felt like they aren't doing that for nothing, and I think I felt like I owed them like the inspiration and owed them the project, and that kind of it took the joy out of it or something. And I wasn't really enjoying, well, last few months again, but before that I wasn't really enjoying creating art anymore. And I think that for me was something that I needed a change, because it wasn't something that I enjoyed anymore. And then when I decided to talk to a few of the teams, it felt like a load lifted off my shoulders. So immediately I was like, oh, this was something I needed to do. This was what I needed. So last Sunday was the first day in, like, well, I think months, that I didn't have to do anything. So I went to my to my gym. I teach the class. That was the only thing that I needed to do that day. And the rest of the day, I didn't have to do anything. I had some commissions that I was working on, but it wasn't necessary to do that day, and there was just nothing. And that was so good. So I played The Sims for a few hours because I could. So I really enjoyed it. And I think that was the main reason. I felt like I was not, it just took everything over, and I was either working or creating because I needed to do. So it wasn't making me happy anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, Casey has a question because she says, in your video where you were telling us you were switching, you seemed sad.
Mm-hmm.
Are you not afraid you will miss the whole mixed media world you're in right now?
Well, I'm not sure if sad was the good word. I think I got emotional, but I don't necessarily think when I get emotional it's always a negative thing, but it's just something that really um, feels close to the heart. So it's something that is really important for me. And I think that part made it emotional, but not. I didn't really expect that. So I was planning on creating this video, and I was shooting the video, and I was like stopping it in between, and I was like, okay, is this really the way that I want that this video to be? But if I would reshoot it, it wouldn't be as real anymore. So I decided just to upload it anyway. But I think that was not really sad, but more emotional, because it's just something that is really important for me. And it's still a choice that I made myself. So it's not like anybody is forcing me to do less mixed media, or anybody is forcing me to draw, or it's just those are my own choices. But that doesn't mean that it's not something that I feel very strongly about. Yeah. So
Also,
I won't miss it, but
it's not
if I
like
miss
you
it, I
are
go back.
yeah, it's not like you are living forever and you cannot come back.
No, and I would still be there, but just a little bit less than I was.
Yeah, maybe not so much to create for somebody, but just indulge in it when you feel like it for yourself.
Yeah. And if people get inspired by that, that's awesome and that's great. But it shouldn't be a purpose on itself to create inspirational projects. And I think that was something that for me was really pulling me into the negative feeling. Like, I need to be inspirational. It needs to be good. It needs to be something that people want to create with. And yeah, I think
Yeah,
if that pressure is away, I would definitely enjoy it more.
But I think
yeah,
it's us who put that pressure on us. I mean, it's not the brand, it's not the design team.
No, it's me. I'm
And that's
totally
the
doing
problem
that myself.
yeah,
Yes. Yeah, but that's the thing. I think if you are like somebody that always pushes yourself like to the max and always putting in like 120%, you also expect a lot from yourself. And I think that is like it's always like a very thin line between pressuring yourself too much and um, getting everything out of it.
yeah,
right.
I agree. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Chat wants to move, or what's going on with the chat?
I'm seeing, okay, this, yeah, keep creating magic. Yes, thank you, we will. And yeah, I had brought this up because Sue says, that's what makes a difference instead of you having to do something and then just doing it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and it's something like you don't really realize when you are in that, I don't know, in that
Like that
flow.
roller coaster or
Yeah,
something. Yeah. It's
and
like
you
in a
reach a
treadmill.
point that you say, I can breathe. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm so tired? I'm
Mm-hmm.
there creating, and I love to do that. Why I'm so tired of this? Because there are
Mm-hmm.
things that you don't want to do anything else. Like, I just want to look at the ceiling for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that feeling. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
just spent the whole afternoon watching movies. That's the only thing that I did. I watched 3 movies.
but it's true, no? It reminds me of that chat where we were talking about the burnout, and
Mm-hmm.
Anna was also saying, I mean, we ourselves are responsible for our burnout, so we need to know what our limits are. We
Mm-hmm.
need to know how much we can push and when we are going to snap, and then do something
Mm-hmm.
before we snap out. So it's good that you've realized, like you saw where
Yeah.
that burnout was happening and you've taken a step back before it does enough damage.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
I also want to thank you for your video because you put it out, like you let us see how you felt. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Ah.
yeah, and it made me think maybe I'm doing something wrong
Hmm.
because I feel like that sometimes. And I was telling Adi this morning that yesterday I create something for me for the first time in months, and
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy. Like we were creating together with through
in,
FaceTime,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
and it was like being together, creating something for ourselves, and it was like pure joy. And I haven't had that feeling for months. And
Mm-hmm.
so thank you for putting that out there because it made me realize I'm reaching that point too.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And it's important because I mean it so that's one reason why I've stopped applying and taking up
Mm-hmm.
projects, because I know that I no more can do it and I rather do it for fun. And I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going with the pressure of building the YouTube channel or doing this or doing that. And like Nunu said, on Tuesday or Wednesday, we were creating together. And it was silly. It was pure fun. Like
Mm-hmm.
even in that video,
But that was why we
exactly,
started in the first place,
exactly,
because we
exactly.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yes. And you're not thinking too many things, you're not thinking of the story or the elements.
Will
You're
it
just
be
like,
good, or
yeah,
what am I going to write about it? How am I
yeah.
going to take my pictures? Yes,
It's just create.
exactly.
And I'm still, it's a tiny little box, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, it gave me happiness, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that should be like the most important thing, it gives us happiness. And it's okay to have some things to do, because I also really liked being involved in the teams, and I wouldn't want it any other way before, because that was my main goal was Finnabair for me was like the ultimate goal. If I was ever able to get into Finnabair's team, that would be like my dream come true. And it actually happened. So I will never complain about the design teams, because they brought me so
Yeah,
much happiness.
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
But it also eventually, well, not they, but I ended up eventually losing the fun. And that was something that I totally did myself. But
Yeah,
yeah, it's like,
that's the thing. It's not like being in design teams doesn't make us happy, because it does.
exactly.
It's the
It
no, it
does.
pressure
does.
we put on us because we are super exigent. Is that the word?
Super. No, it's just you want to be like a perfectionist. You want to,
You
Yeah,
want
but
to
you
do
want to get
something.
all in because
yeah,
you're in
Yeah,
the team, and you're
you want
finally
the
in
wow
that team.
factor on
Yeah.
every single project, and
Yeah.
it's like we ask ourselves so much. It's not them who ask, it's us who ask ourselves so much
Mm-hmm.
that it's like, okay, I have to do this, and I need to record, and I need to edit, and I need to take good
Mm-hmm.
pictures, and
yes. That's exactly what Oriana is saying. Like, I love to create, but I hate taking pictures, filming,
Mm-hmm.
taking care of social media. I- Of course, she's saying
Oh
because
yeah.
I've worked on marketing for so long, but I think regardless of working on marketing or not, sometimes that just adds a lot more pressure. Sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
create and you've forgotten to take in, forgotten to click pictures and post everywhere. So
Mm-hmm.
that happens. It's
Mm-hmm.
natural. Yeah.
Well, and I'm the lucky one that I like to take pictures and I like to edit videos, but I don't like to edit videos every 3 days or something, because they take up like 6 hours of my day, and
Mhm.
that's like the smallest video. If I'm going
Yeah.
to do a narrated video, it's going to take up like 8 hours, and it's like I already work 4 hours with my gym. I work like 4 hours, 4 days. I work like full time with my gym and my work together. So I don't have 8 hours every week or maybe twice a week to create videos. And then it becomes something that you need to do. And that's just, it's not fun
Yeah.
anymore.
exactly.
Yeah. It's true what Karen says. Life is so short. You
Yeah,
have to worry about your own happiness first.
exactly. Yeah.
And
And
plus
you're
what, yeah,
responsible for your own choices. So if
exactly.
you're not happy anymore, it's like people that say I'm not happy, and like the people that say that all the time, they kind of trigger me, because I'm like, okay, but if you are really this unhappy, you should change things. And if you're not changing it, please
Nothing's
stop
going to change.
whining about it. Change
Exactly.
or don't whine, because
Yeah.
that's, and I'm a type of person, I don't whine for long. I just go change it. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Cassie is asking,
Yeah.
for how many brands were you creating? I only know you create for Lindis.
Yeah, well, at one time, I think I was, let me think. Last year, I was creating for Lindy's, Midform Castings,
Finnabair.
Dusty Attic, Finnabair, and Hobby Vision, all at the same time.
Yeah.
And while I'm saying this, I'm like, how is that? How
Yeah.
did I do that?
I know it was me last year, 5 teams,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "Am I crazy?" And I was, "I'm going to take it easy on 2020." Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Easy happened, just that she forgot how to spell it.
You know, when Aditi and me we met in person, we were like, okay, next year it was Christmas, and we were like, yeah, next year we are going to take it easy, no design teams, and blah blah blah. And we went to a road trip or something, visit a city or something, and in the way back, we were like, hey, why don't we create our design team, our own? You know, like, yeah, let's start our own design team.
Yeah.
That's the day.
So
We are crazy. What can we say?
honestly, so much for lesser work and easier year.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so tell us, Cindy, do you see art as your full-time career?
Well, I never really thought about it before I started drawing, because it always was just a hobby, and maybe it was a hobby that got a little out of hand, but it was a hobby. And now, for the first time, I'm actually thinking, how cool would it be if I could create portraits and just make a living out of it? That would be, yeah. But I'm not sure if I want to, but it's kind of, Nikki and I are we went to South Africa last year, and we saw this Unimog driving. I'm not sure if you know what that is, but it's like an expedition vehicle, like a camper, but then like it's a mobile home thingy that can drive literally
All right.
everywhere.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we kind of got into a plan where we wanted to live in a vehicle like that just for a year or maybe two or maybe forever. We don't know yet.
Uh-huh.
And I always said, but what am I going to do there? I don't have anything to do in that thing. And what am I going to? I can bring all my Lindy sprays and all my Finnabair and all my mid-farm castings, because that wouldn't fit in that truck.
Imagine you would have to create a craft room in that truck.
No, we need to have like a truck besides that truck
Yeah.
with all my
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah.
that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And Nikki understood, and it was like, yeah, I know, we need to figure out something that you can do, because otherwise I would just get bored. And we would want to create videos about it, but I need to do more than that. But
But
then,
you can do it. You just can take some paper and watercolors. That is
exactly. Exactly. So last month or maybe 2 months, I'm thinking, okay, but now this plan could actually work, because I can just take my papers, take my pencils, take my watercolor, and I'm good to go. And I actually could even make some money out of it. So yeah. But I'm not sure if I wanted to do that as a really like a career. I think I'm a bit afraid that eventually the same thing will happen with this as with mixed media. If the pressure is too high, I stop enjoying it.
Yeah,
So
I get what you
yeah.
mean. Yeah. When I think many a times this happens when there's complete financial pressure on what you enjoy, that enjoyment reduces eventually. If it's like you're solely dependent on it, that's when the levels of enjoyment go down. So it's very tricky to maintain that balance.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think also Cindy has this. I have that too. That you squeeze the thing until there is no juice
Not
inside,
exactly.
and then you need something else.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. I just go all the way down, and if I hit rock bottom, I just go and do something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Which is so funny because I just see this. I was showing it to Nunu. Like, honestly, this is so crazy. I'm making a doll. Like,
It's
just,
a voodoo doll.
I,
It looks like a voodoo doll. Exactly.
of all things, I'm like,
Hey.
okay.
So I think Jaden wants to say hi.
Yes.
Come
Oh
here,
my god,
Jay.
super
There
cutie.
she is, my cutie. You won
You
this. She doesn't want to look in the camera.
She's shy. Now she's shy.
Yeah, no, she's not shy. She
no,
just
she's
hates
not
the camera.
shy.
She has like a human that always needs to take pictures of her. So she hates my phone.
Oh my god.
She's just walking away right now. So
She's like, before she catches me and asks me to pose, let me run.
go away. Leave me alone. No pictures, please. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. So do you have any advice for people like fellow crafters, artists, out of your
Hmm.
experience?
If I would
So,
say enjoy what you do, it would be like so. It would be too easy. Let me think. I think that what's most important is that you keep in mind that you're doing it for yourself. And if by any meaning you are experiencing that art is getting in the way of things or is um, not always bringing the best out of you, I think that is the moment that you should really reconsider what you do. And that is with the whole drama thing as well, because I see so many people getting into these like dramatic fighting stuff over the internet. And I'm like, hey, but you were creating art. Why are you bashing on each other? Why would you do that? And I think the whole remember why you started and just keep focusing on that instead of getting yourself into drama or getting yourself into gossiping or into many design teams or like just keep in mind that you just think about the main reason that you started every now and then just to make sure you keep enjoying it.
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
from all our interviews, that is the best advice I have heard. I tell you,
Yeah, but I learned it the hard way.
Yeah.
I wasn't a nice person the last few months, so
Yeah.
poor Nikki.
that's not true.
No, but it wasn't. I wasn't at my best, and I was
Yeah.
doing so many things. Just um, like you can't do everything full 100%. So I was doing everything 30%. My relationships, of my friendships, my relationship, my work, everything was getting 30%. At least it felt like 30%. That's not a good thing. You
Yeah,
need to step in before that happens.
yeah.
Right.
I think it's
Yeah.
also like a snowball that
Hmm.
you want to stop it, but you can
But you can't.
no.
No. There
But you,
needs to happen something. And on one
yeah,
day, you need to say, okay, now I'm going to do things differently. Yeah.
yeah.
It's getting out of hand. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really hard to say no.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, Karen says, for me, after many years, I found my balance. It still takes a toll on me sometimes, which is
Mm-hmm.
true. Casey says she went back to your very first video. What did she see? Distress inks, coloring with
Yeah,
distress
yeah,
inks.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my
but
god.
that was the thing. I like coloring with distress inks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really sweet video. It's like 3 years ago, I think. Yeah. So my first 2 or 3 videos were for Lily of the Valley coloring, and after that it was mixed media. Ah, Shetleys. Wow, Shelties. No, those aren't Shelties. Shetland sheepdogs.
Yeah.
Ah, cool. I can draw them.
Yes, and we can.
That's what that.
So every time somebody tells me I have a dog, I say I can draw a dog. You want me to draw your dog?
No, but it's really amazing. I was just watching the other day how you draw. Oh, I forgot the name. This white
Yeah,
golden
yeah.
retriever.
The golden retriever.
Yeah, and it amazed me how you get the expression of the face.
Mm-hmm.
It was like you have a gift, girl.
Thanks.
Okay, she.
Yeah, it's I think it's something that I really really love dogs, and I think if you see like the paintings that I do, I do sometimes a painting like I painted Nikki and I painted a couple of cats as well, but it's just they're nice. Nikki was okay, but it's just he had like a big cheek as well. I have like this thing with cheeks where if human beings are drawn by me, they all get like one big cheek. But it's just I don't know. My dogs are better. It's just I really love dogs. I think, which
Yeah.
doesn't say I don't love Nikki, but I'm just not really good at painting
Okay,
human
not
beings.
so it's okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh,
just tell
wow.
us any
I just
any.
now see that my phone battery is like really dying. That's
Okay,
not a good thing. I need to
but
switch to my computer, I think.
you do? Okay, let's see. Let's see because we're here on just what dreams would you like to see coming true, and once this whole corona pandemic situation is out of the way, are there any plans that you're like really waiting on?
To be honest, not necessarily. Okay, so I'm living by the day. And I started doing that. Well, Nikki and I met and we are super alike. On that part of our lives, we just live by the day. And every day we just do what we like. And that sounds like really super dreamy. We don't always do only what we like because we need to do things, we need to work and stuff. But it's like the whole corona, it for me it was okay. I was like, okay, now, well, let's go inside and let's stay inside then. If that's necessary, I'll do that. And
Yeah.
then when they said at work you can't go to the office, you need to work at home, I was like, okay, with my ADHD, how am I going to do that? I need my office where I don't have any distractions except for my plants and my coworkers, but no phone, no laptop, no TV or whatever else can distract me.
No,
But I was
that's
like, okay, we can do that, you know? And then when they started opening up some stuff, I was like, okay. So it's not like I was waiting for Corona to end or the lockdown to end because I'm just okay with the situation as it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
because you have this
So,
capability of adapt yourself to the situation.
yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And also because you live in the now, I think.
Yeah. It's really now.
Very good.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is good. I mean, that's how it should be, I think.
Well,
I agree.
not necessarily because I don't save any money or something. I just spend it.
Yeah, but you don't
And I
know if
don't
you are
know if
going to be
that's a
alive
very good
tomorrow.
thing.
It's not that you need to expend all your money today, but
Yeah.
okay.
No, it comes with some bad things as well, but that's with everything. But I like to live in the now and just be now, and that I'm okay with that. And I'm trying to not worry about what I'm going to do in a year from now or anything, because if I'm doing that, I'm always um, like the sentence life happens while you're busy making other plans. That is something that for me is really important. I just don't want to regret anything later on because I was thinking about doing it and not doing it, or maybe thinking about what am I going to do in 10 years, because now is not 10 years. It's now.
True.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You cannot live now what is going to happen in 10 years. So you better
No.
live today what is happening today.
And if you would ask me 5 years ago, I would never have guessed that I would be here right now doing the things that I'm now doing. So
Right.
it just doesn't make sense thinking about or worrying about what's happening in 5 or maybe 10 or maybe 20 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, do
Okay.
you have any questions?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What is your current project?
Okay, so I'm now working on a little boy that I'm drawing, but it's not going to look very nice. I can show you guys. I hope my phone will
Yeah.
last. Otherwise I would be like really near my laptop. Okay, I can show you. But it doesn't really look pretty or anything. It's more, I created a doll, I think. Let me see. So the top of Jaden's crate. Look, can I show it this like this? Yeah, no. Wait. Let me switch my. Oh no, I switched my cam. Wait.
Oh, but in StreamYard you can't switch the camera. You will have to. Oh, you
Good.
can. Okay.
I did. Okay,
Yeah.
so like the top of Jaden's crate is my mini studio downstairs. I
Okay.
didn't actually paint this one, but this
Mm-hmm.
is really good. I didn't do that myself. We got it
Okay.
painted, but so just wanted to show you. Okay, so this is what I'm working
Oh,
on right now.
it is nice.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
it's more of a doll. He's a little bit doll-like. I
Doll.
like his eye though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that is what I'm working on right now. But I also have some commissions that I should be working on. But with the whole painting, it's a little bit easier because yeah, it's just I can decide when I start on the commissions, and yeah, that's
Yeah.
I have a little bit more freedom.
Okay, Casey
Yeah.
has something. Yeah. Casey says, I'm very impressed to see what you realized in 3 years, which is true.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's because I have like the really annoying wow, trait, it's also a trait that I just dive in something and I just give like 150%, 150%. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm proud of it as well.
You should be. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And Lee Ann asks if the
And
boy.
pastel, yeah.
Okay.
It's actually soft pastel and pastel pencils. Oh, and even pen pastel.
Oh,
Everything, everything pastel.
interesting. Okay.
Okay.
So do we have any more questions? Does anybody want to ask Cindy anything? He is adorable. I agree. Everybody finds him adorable.
Wait, I can show her better because she's now standing here asking me to pet her. So, Jeetje, kom eens hier. Kom maar. Ja, kijk eens. Wow. Whoa. She's in my face. No, not in the camera. Okay, she doesn't want this. Wait,
Yeah.
let me do it like this. It's better. Wow. Oké, Jay, je moet even op de camera. Okay, look pretty, Jay.
Yeah.
Look at her, so cute.
She looks at us like, yeah, well, I'm not going to do this right now. Get
Yeah.
that camera out of my face.
Please.
No pictures, please. Leave me, woman. Yeah. She really doesn't. Nikki is away for the weekend, so I'm already taking pictures like the whole day, just telling him. I shoot like these diary pictures of look what she's doing now. Look at her. Look at her. So I'm taking pictures all day. So she's kind of done, I think. She's like, can you just cuddle me?
No pictures, please.
No pictures, please.
Yeah.
Just cuddle me.
Okay, so I don't. Do you see any questions? No, because in this.
No, I didn't see more questions.
Then we have like the best timing ever because my phone is
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
dying almost.
Literally.
He's like 10%. I'm really happy that it's still 10%.
Yeah. So,
So you
and-
can take a couple of pictures.
yeah.
Yeah. She's a lucky girl because when we're finished, I will get my phone on the charger and she won't be bothered for
Yeah.
like an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so if there's nothing, then we can wrap up.
Yeah.
Mm,
Thank you so much, Cindy.
You're welcome. I really enjoyed it. It's nice.
Yeah, we're very happy to have you. And I have to say, I'm very happy to become kind of friends this year with you. You know, like,
Thanks.
yeah, I feel something there and I like it.
Just my little crazy spark.
yeah. No, and also just the courage. Like not everybody has this courage to come out, switch,
Yeah.
openly talk about it, and it's good to see that you're
Thanks.
following your heart.
But it
Yeah.
was I felt it was important to share also because I know I'm not the only one.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I kind of like to stick out my in the Netherlands we have this saying where they say you need to stick your head out of the field, but it might get chopped. And I got my head chopped sometimes.
Yeah.
But now I was like, I need to stick my head out of the field and just get the courage because I can do it and I don't really mind if people think something about it, but it might help some people.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good thing. So, but I'm glad to hear that it was a good thing.
Yes. So thank you so much, and thank you everyone for joining us.
Yeah,
And
thank you. And
yeah,
today is Saturday. We don't have Hop, but you will have some live streams today going on with Karen
yes,
and then with Tiffany. They will be creating some cool art journal pages. So maybe see you there later.
yes. And if not, we see you again next Saturday. Saturday we have live stream hop, I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
you will be there. I will be there.
Yeah. So thank
Okay,
you. Bye.
bye.
Bye, everyone.